Hunter x Hunter chapter, I believe it's, hold on, no, 344 review. You know how my camera is, it's been like that for a while. You should be accustomed to it. Hold on a sec. So, this week's chapter of Hunter x Hunter, it was a good chapter, honestly. Like, I thought this was a very good, great. It was good or great. I'm gonna say it was very good, because it's been like the past 3 chapters where we have gotten nothing but build-up, characterization, and setup, which is all good, because this arc is getting a lot of setup, which is good. There's nothing wrong with setup, dude. Because in the beginning of this chapter, we get characterization from Kurapika. This is his last obstacle in order to attain his goal, to achieve what he set out to do, collect his clan members' eyes. And the rest is held with the prince. Again, I forgot his name because like it's not important. Who knows? It might be important down the line, but I can't pronounce this fucker's name. That's the thing. But we get characterization from Kurapika as to how he really, even though he spent so much time with Gon, Killua, and Leorio, he still doesn't really consider them as, like, I don't want to say he doesn't consider them as friends, but like I don't think he considers them as close friends or even family. Like, that sounds far-fetched, but after this, he states himself that he has nowhere else to go to. After this, what's he gonna do? He has no one to go to, like, to knock on the door and have someone open and say, "Hey, what's up, man? Hey, yeah, man, handshake, yo, it's..." None of that shit. Like, he's all alone. Even though he has Gon, Killua, and Leorio, they're not like BFFs or any of that shit. He feels alone, lost in the world, and we see more as to how this incident just really fucked him up. And again, we've seen his development, and we get good characterization from Kurapika in this chapter. God damn it, it's freaking summer, yet it's cold down here. I swear, guys, this is my last late Hunter x Hunter review, because last finals on Monday. Yes, so far so freaking good. Okay. Jean is a boss-ass motherfucker. Everyone's apprehensive as to, oh, look, you can't be number 2. And he says, oh, I'll double what Beyond's paying you. And this one guy jumps it. He's like, yeah, can you just put this info in my account? Oh yeah, sure. And then let's go. It's my initial thought when seeing it, like, oh, he's just gonna take it and walk away because he doesn't need to be here anymore. But we get characterization from this dude as well. I mean, I don't think we know his name, but he wanted the money because his younger sister was in the hospital. He needs to pay for the medical treatment. So we can see that this character right off the bat is very loyal and caring for others. So I can see him being loyal to Jean now and in the future. Okay, so okay, good characterization from that. Just one funny thing from it. Oh, Pariston, you want me to do the same thing for you? Oops, 2 times 0 is still 0. Yeah, that's right, man. Well, I'm just gonna do the, yeah. That's just what I do. I need a haircut, man. Like, I need a haircut. And we even get some vague information about the prince, because Mr. Cow I still don't know his fucking name. It starts with an M. He says that Prince, he has like a darker side to him, and there's more to him than you know. So it really makes you think, maybe the Prince isn't like fodder level material. Who knows? Maybe he's strong enough to the point where he can actually compete with Kurapika. And if he is like this strong, then Kurapika, he won't be able to use like his Nen ability. So that's good. That would be interesting to see. Or maybe it's not even that. Maybe the Prince isn't strong at all. Maybe he's just even more sinister than that. Like, I don't know. Maybe he collects like more than scarlet eyes, like bodies or some shit. Like, who knows? Like, we don't know. Yeah. Like, oh, wouldn't it be funny? Like, this would be fucking retarded, but like, no, like. I had this like really dumb thought, like, no, Togashi's way too good of a writer to do this shit. Like, the guy, he like walks in, he's like really angry that Kurapika walked in, he's just, what'd you do? Like, it's like Scarlet Eye, fuck it. It sounded funnier in my head, okay, why not? And again with Kurapika, he knows that his abilities won't do shit in the Dark Continent, but he's still willing to go to achieve his goal. So that's some good shit. Kurapika, you know, I didn't really like him in the beginning. I mean, I don't want to say that I didn't like him. I was kind of indifferent about him, but you know what? He's steadily gaining my respect, you know, as a character. Oh, and one of the biggest parts of this chapter, Gon. Ah, Don Freecss. The worst has come, people. He can't use Nen. Or rather, in this chapter he stated that he can't release his aura. So, how's this going? I mean, this could be split into two different scenarios. The first scenario, which would suck, is that the form that he went into during the Chimera Ant arc, when he sacrificed his Nen, that's permanent. I mean, no matter what Aluka did with that whole wish ability thing, I mean, that ability is still pretty damn vague. But no matter what Aluka could do, his Nen could never come back. Once he sacrificed it, it was gone. Like, Aluka could only keep going alive. She, whatever the fuck gender it is. I think it's a... Yeah, Aluka's a guy, right? Yeah, I think it's a guy. Like, he couldn't bring back Gon's Nen because he already sacrificed it. That's scenario 1. Now scenario 2 is that, and yes, people have come up with this before, I'm kind of just regurgitating it at this point, but maybe Aluka, when Killua said to wish Gon back to normal, maybe he meant like, well, not Killua doing it intentionally, but maybe Gon went back to the level he was in the very beginning of the series, where he didn't even have Nen before even the Hunter exams, so he would be a bit younger as well. Like, I think Gon was like 14 or something. Was he 14? Like, during the like Chimera Ant arc. Cause like, if he literally did de-age, like, well, decrease in age, then he'd be like 12 in the 12 again in the election arc. So that's the second scenario, and that's pretty far-fetched because he would just need someone to like open his pores again and release his aura, and then all he would have to do is train again. So like, I honestly doubt that Togashi would just like throw this in, because if it was the second scenario, then Gon could just say, oh yeah, like hit up Wing, and just say, yeah, my Nen's not working, man. Or just say, oh, just have like someone release it for you, just anyone with Nen. Do some shit like that. So it looks like Gon, it sucks. It really does, because it looks like he's not gonna use his Nen ever again. Which god, it's crazy. Because think about it, the main character, in terms of power, being rendered useless. And we're fairly certain that, like, Gon is not going to the Dark Continent. I mean, there's no way. If you don't have Nen, you ain't shit. And if you shit, you ain't going to the Dark Continent. That's just how it rolls. That's how it rolls. That's how it's always been. So shit, if Gon really lost his Nen, then damn. How? How? He's the main character. How is he gonna... Oh, whatever. No, cause like... How? How's he gonna do anything? Like, he's fodder level now. Like, we'll see. Whatever happened to Gon, whether it's scenario 1 or scenario 2, whatever the case may be, whatever's happening with Gon, he doesn't have Nen right now. I remember, like, when I was still watching the anime, I was thinking, like, maybe there's, like, an alternate usage of, like, power that you can get, and I'm not referring to that, like, fucking movie where they had, like, a different system of aura, like, not that shit, but just literally, not even, like, an aura-based thing, just, like, how you can, like, enhance your, like, fighting ability or shit like that. Like, I don't know. That's the thing. It's vague. Like, we don't know. We don't even know what scenario this fucking is. Like, who knows? Maybe he lost it, or you just didn't have his pores open or any shit like that. Okay, so I spent way too much time on that. Now to the last part of the chapter. Now, this last part of the chapter, it definitely was really, really dialogue heavy. And the beginning of it was more of a reiteration of what we already knew with the 5 calamities. How now these calamities, they're even stronger than the Chimera ants. Some motherfucking like Papu and fucking Brian and AI are fucking stronger than, like, I'm guessing, like, Squadron Leader Chimera ants, which is like, what? Freaking Brian with action and like Papu? Like, what? But okay. But when they brought back the victims from AI and Papu, then it looks like there is going to be a 6th calamity surfacing. So it's interesting to see that. And we also get, like, a brief little flashback of how Netero, the Hunter Association, sent Netero to the Dark Continent with 2 people, with Linnae, and honestly I had no idea who this was. So I looked up, like, her name on the Hunter x Hunter wiki page, and I saw it's like a really old bitch, and like, whoa, what the fuck, dude? Like, my laptop was bugging out, hold on. But, like, she was really old, and I went back, she was actually a candidate for, like, she was running for, like, to be the chairman. Like, I think she's like a gourmet hunter or something. So she's still alive, but she's really fucking old. Like, Netero old, like, shit. So, Linnae, she went to the Dark Continent with Netero, and she's still alive, okay? And Zoldyck. Now, Zoldyck, we don't know who this is. Some people think it's like Zeno as a younging, but I don't know, because both their names start with Z, but that's still far-fetched. Like, maybe it's a nickname, who knows? Maybe it's I don't think it's Zeno's grandpa. I'm not sure what his name was. So maybe it's Zeno's grandpa's grandpa. Who knows? Like, it could be anything. Like, we don't know the fucking Zoldyck age. I don't know. But still, like, Zoldyck. It could be, who knows? It might be Zeno. Like, I don't know. Because when Netero was a old man, Zeno was like sucking on his mom's tits or whatever. So, who knows? Maybe it was Zeno, but we still don't know. So, Zig Zoldyck and Linné went with Netero to the Dark Continent, and they realized it's dangerous. It is not anything to screw with. So, in order to, keep Beyond out of that shit, Netero signed like a contract or created a law banning anyone from going to that place, going to the Dark Continent, because it's not anything to fuck with. And that's why he said, "Oh, I don't have any relatives," because he doesn't want anyone to know about Beyond and his ambition to go to the Dark Continent. So it's cool in that sense. And who knows? Maybe since Linné is still alive, maybe they could go to her and get some information as to, okay, did you see anything there that's maybe like noteworthy? I mean, I'm sure they probably couldn't, because her knowledge is probably like limited on it, since they probably didn't even get that far. Oh, and the last mindfuck of the chapter. So apparently, there are 2 books pertaining to the Dark Continent. There is a book containing information on the east side and on the west side. Now the east side is complete, and I think both books were by the same author. Yeah, I think they were. But the west side is still incomplete. And Gene comes to the conclusion that, well, he has many theories about this. Like, maybe it was unfinished, but that's probably not the right theory. In fact, that's not the right theory. It's still being written by who? Don Freecss. And this was created, like the West Book, like 300 years ago. Don Freecss? What? When I saw this name, I was thinking, what? And then I thought about it, thinking, what? And then I'm sitting here thinking about it again, thinking, what? Because from this we can determine that Don Freecss has that immortality disease. Like, maybe he was exposed to that, and this dude's a freaking immortal. And who knows how strong this dude is. I mean, what would that make? What's the relationship between him and Gene? Like, how does like Gene know him? Have they ever communicated or something? Was the author's name like actually written on the book? Because people would have like stated that by now. So really makes you think, what's the relationship between Gene and motherfucking Don Freecss? Like, again, Don Freecss, he might have the immortality disease. Like, who knows? And he's still exploring the west side, gathering info for the book. Okay? Whoa. Just, again, awesome amount of content. Togashi is really building this up. I really hope he's just not overhyping it, and like, I don't think he's overhyping. From the amount of thought process that is going into these chapters, and just progression and dialogue and setup in general, I think we're in for a good arc, guys. Okay, so overall, good chapter of Hunter x Hunter. Keep it coming, Togashi. Great artwork as well. You're doing very well, dude. Okay, good chapter. See you guys later.